So good morning and welcome. We're going to start off just working two simple pranayamas. So finding maybe a comfortable sitting position just to feel them. The first is Ujai breath, and that is to breathe ideally in and out through the nose. We're looking to get this gentle constriction at the back of the throat, so we get this ocean-like sound. So maybe just taking a few moments to feel that if you can, breathing in through the nose. And out also through the nose. And it doesn't want to be a forced constriction. It wants to just be sort of gently controlling the breath, gently controlling the width of the throat so that you can also lengthen the breath and you can let the body expand, particularly into the sides, into the back of the body. And with Ujjayi breath, really this sort of sound of the ocean, particularly inside the head, more inside than out. You're not trying to project that to anyone in particular, but inside, it's like you're listening to a seashell or something like that. And that's one of the pranayamas we're going to use for the class today. And the other one is this Kapalabati breath. So we're trying to squeeze with the Kapalabati, squeeze the belly in to push the breath out and relax the belly to let the breath come back in. And it's really about getting the belly, helping the diaphragm work. So working that quite quickly if you can. And trying to stay relaxed through the face, through the whole air system, apart from the diaphragm, really trying to emphasize that up and down of the diaphragm. And we do that by working the belly, working it from there. So we're going to do that throughout our class in different varying positions. And you might find in some places it's harder to or not. And if you find the Kapalabati is really not accessible for you in any place, feel free to stay with that Ujjayi breath as much as you need, as much as you want. So let's find our way up to standing. We'll start off with some sun salutations. And so toes and heels touching, standing at the front of the mat, ready to step back in just a moment. We're going to see, can we find a deep inhale using the Ujjayi breath for the sun salutations, reaching up wide and tall. And then we're going to fold forward as deep as you can. It might be hands to the shins, might be hands down towards the floor with the exhale. Then we inhale, lengthening the spine, looking forwards. And as we exhale, hands to the floor, feet back, lower the body down. Knees just chin or chaturanga. Let's inhale, upward dog. And exhale into our downward dog. And breathing in Ujjayi here. So you're seeing if you can get this sound of the ocean. Maybe you want to walk out the dog and just arrive into the legs, into the hips. Arrive through the shoulders, trying to lengthen the belly. And then with our next inhale, let's bring the feet to the hands. And with the exhale, see if you can hang the head down. The inhale will come back to standing. And exhaling, releasing the hands back to the heart center. And we go again. Inhale. Exhaling, fold. Back of the neck long. Inhale, lengthen the front spine. Exhale, hands down, feet back, and lower the body. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. I'm taking several breaths here with the Ujjayi. An ocean-like sound. How long can you make the belly? Maybe it helps to soften the knees and lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling behind. Next inhale, feet to the hands. And as you exhale, fold the body down. Inhale, hands wide and tall. And then release the hands back to the heart center. And one more round. Inhale, wide and tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, feet back and lower down. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing in. Ujai. Elbows squeezing to the midline. Shoulders nice and broad. Lengthening the belly. Lengthening the breath. On your next inhale, feet to the hands. Exhale, folding, hanging, lengthening down. Inhale, wide and tall, back to standing. Exhaling, releasing the hands to the heart center. And let's keep those hands coming back and out behind us into some V salutation. As we inhale, see if you can sit into the heels, brush the floor and reach those hands up by the ears. And with the exhale, can you get the hands down to the floor and then begin to reach the forehead in towards the shins, belly's on the thigh. As we inhale, looking forward, keep the belly on the thigh. And then with the exhale, feet back and lower the body down. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Warrior one, right foot forwards. Up we come to standing. As we exhale, see if you can fold forward with the chin, belly to the thigh, lengthening, hands reaching back, folding at the hips. As we inhale, find our way back up nice and tall, warrior. This time, hands behind the head. As you exhale, gently pulling on the head, elbows forward, curling down, forehead towards the knee. And as you inhale, rolling back up through the spine and reaching those hands tall into that warrior one. As exhale, hands down, front foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Same on the left side, left foot forwards. Up we come to warrior one. Exhale, folding, belly towards the leg, looking forward. Inhale, back up. Hands behind the head, rounding, curling the spine, forehead to the knee. Inhaling to warrior one. Exhaling, hands down, front foot back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. And staying here with a few breaths. See here if you can begin to try some Kapalabati. That's squeezing the belly to push the breath out, relaxing the belly to let the breath back in. Back to Ujai, feet to the hands with the inhale. Exhale, hang, fold the head down. Inhale, hands wide. Very sit deep into the heels, reach those hands up by the ears. And exhale, stand up, release those hands down and out behind, ready for round two. Inhale, sit into that Utkatasana, reach those hands nice and tall. Exhale, fold, hands to the floor, forehead to the shins. Let the hips lift as tall as you can, keep the belly on the thighs. Inhale, lengthening, looking forward, belly on the thigh. Exhale, feet back, lower the body down. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, warrior one, right foot forward. Exhale, fold to the leg. Hands reaching back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, curling, rounding, forehead to the knee. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, front foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Second side, warrior one. Exhale, fold towards the leg. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, round towards the knee. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog with Ujai. And down dog with Kapalabati. Inhale with Ujai, feet to the hand. Exhale, fold the body down. Sit down to stand up, weight in the heels. Exhale, stand up, release those hands down, out behind you. One more round. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, fold in warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, round in warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Second side, warrior one. Exhale, fold in warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, round in warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Ujai in down. Kapalabati and down low. Inhale and Ujai forwards with the feet. Exhale, fold. Sit down to stand up, weighting the heels, arms up by the ears. And then stand up, releasing those arms. So let's bring the hands to the hips. We're trying to lengthen the spine, feet hip width distance, and lengthen up through the shoulder. And with the exhale, fold down as deep as you can. We're going to try and grab the big toes, index and middle finger, wrapping from the inside of the big toe, thumb wrapping from the in between the feet, pulling the body down with Ujai. If you need to bend the knees here a little bit, you can, but try to straighten the legs as much as you can. See if you can pull with the arms and pull the crown of the head down as deep as possible. Noticing the body changing with that gentle Ujai. And then Kapalabati. Bend the knees. See if you can place the palms of the hands up, right underneath the soles of the feet, so the toes go right to the wrist. Stand on the hands. See if you can pull the body down, forehead towards the shin. Keep the belly against the thigh and then begin to lengthen the tailbone up to the ceiling, shoulders pulling away from the ear. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's release those hands back to Ujai, back to standing. Feet together, releasing the hands down. So we'll take the right leg back for Trikonasana. Nice wide step, left toes turned to the side, right leg turned, the same side as the belly. Hands nice and we're trying to fold at that left hip, reaching towards the left foot, and then moving down with the left hand. Can you lengthen that bottom side of the spine? Can you keep that long? So you're trying to almost lift the heart, the chest. Ujai. Right hand tool, maybe even opening that right shoulder out behind a little more, looking up to the top hand. Kapalabati. Let's find our way up through the spine, toes in, toes out for the second side. Right hand reaching forward and down. Long through that right belly as much as you can, twisting the left shoulder. And through the head, Ujai. Kapalabati. Let's inhale, Ujai, back to standing. Feet together. And releasing there. So stepping back with that left leg, we're going to reach across that right leg, maybe right hand towards the hip, left foot is grounded. See if you can bring the hand down the leg as far as you can, trying to twist and stack that right shoulder on top of that left shoulder as much as you can. You're welcome to stay here or reach that right hand wide if that's comfortable. Up and down is the line we're trying to make with the shoulders and then the arm. Ujai. Kapalabati. Inhaling back up. Toes in, toes out. So right hand reaching across that left leg. Left hand maybe to the left hip. How far down the leg can you reach? Maybe to go inside the foot, or if you can, even outside the foot with the hand. Twisting, left shoulder stacked on top of the right. Ujai breath. Maybe you're extending that left arm wide and tall. So Kapalabati. Inhaling all the way back up. Feet together. And releasing down. So stepping the right leg back, bending that left knee nice and deep. We're going to see you're welcome to rest that left elbow down to the knee and bring that right arm long. Trying to find a long line right foot to right hand. Welcome to go deeper with the hand inside or even outside the leg. Try to twist and look towards that top arm. Ujai. How deep can you go through that left knee, grounding that right foot? Lengthening the belly. Kapalabati. Inhale back up. Toes in, toes out for the second side. So right elbow down to right knee or hand down towards the floor, inside or outside the leg as you choose. Left arm extending long. Lengthening the belly, chin up to the top arm if you can, twisting, lengthening through the spine, through the neck. Kapalabati. Inhale back to standing. With Ujai, feet together. And releasing those hands down. Here, stepping back with that left leg nice and long. I like to stay on the toes, allows me to go deeper into the twist, but you're welcome to ground the heel, toes out to the side. Left arm across that right leg. And you might want to stay with the hands, elbow pressing against the knee, hands in prayer. Or the right hand on the left thigh, or the right hand on the right thigh. You might want to get the left hand down to the floor if you can keep the knee and shoulder engaged. Top arm reaching beyond the ear. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Same on the other side. Coming up, toes in, toes out, and right arm across that left leg, reaching. So, welcome to keep just the right elbow, the left hand can be on the left thigh, your hands in prayer. Maybe you can get the right hand down to the floor, keeping the shoulder and knee twisting against each other. Left arm reaching if you're doing so. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Inhaling back up. Feet together. Releasing down. So let's take that right leg nice and wide. See if you can turn the toes a little bit narrow, the heels wide. Hands towards the hips and just take a lengthened Ujai breath into that front body. And then let's fold the body forwards. Hands down to the floor. You're welcome to work either by bending the legs and then trying to push up straight through the legs so you get more extension through the spine, or to work with the legs extended from the beginning. Heels grounded, Ujai. Kapalabati. Inhale, coming back up. Hands towards the hips, bend the knees if you need. And then folding forwards, this time with the hands on the hips, staying on the hips. So you're folding and we're hanging from the legs now. No support on the floor except the leg. Ujai. Grounding in the heels, strong legs. Kapalabati. Inhaling all the way back. See if you can interlace the hands behind the back. Try to extend those elbows, maybe even squeezing the wrists together. Can you open and stretch through the front of the chest? Opening here. Let's see if we can do a round of Ujai and Kapalabati here. So we're reaching hips forward if you can. Heart, chest open. Hands reaching down behind, shoulder blades squeezing together. Hands maybe even reaching off the back of the body. Kapalabati. From here, see if you can inhale those hands coming up and over. You're again welcome to bend the knees if you need. Folding as deep as you can, stretching those hands as far overhead as you can. Ujai. Kapalabati. Find that way all the way back up. Feet together. Releasing down. So here we're going to step that right leg back. We're going to try and place the hands in prayer, but behind the back. If you can, the fingers turn up towards the ceiling. And you're trying to get the palms, the heel of the hands together, the thumbs squeezing together. So we're opening through the heart, through the chest. If that's impossible, feel free to grab hold of the elbows. The idea is to stay open through the front body while we're here. The back right hip is trying to reach forward so the hips stay nice and square. The left hip is trying to reach up and back. Both legs strong and straight, engaging those thigh muscles. See if you can fold the body forwards, chin forwards, lengthening forwards and down. One day the chin might touch the shin, but for now it's about keeping those palms together, the chest open, lengthening through that front spine. Ujai. Kapalabati. Find our way all the way back up. Let's turn on the feet, so toes in, toes out, both heels grounded, back toes turned up, maybe 45 degrees. Hips are square, we're turning towards that right leg, still opening the heart, the chest. Lengthening through the front body, particularly as we fold forwards, that right hip to come up and back, right leg strong, pushing through the ball of the foot, engaging through the thigh muscles to help protect the knee. Ujai. A deep ocean-like sound on the breath. Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back up. And on the feet again, so we're turning back towards that left leg. Here we're going to bring the hands, release, and bring them up towards the ceiling. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head and press the head and the hands against each other. Keep those hips nice and square, nice and level with the front of the mat. And then see if you can gently pull those elbows forwards and round through the spine, like we were doing in Warrior One. Elbows or forehead towards that front knee, if you can, above the knee, even making contact. Ujai. Strong and straight through that front leg. Kapalabati. Just roll back up through the spine. And pressing into the hands, pivot on the feet again, turning towards the right leg. Both feet grounded, both hips square. Curling down through the spine, forehead towards the knee, elbows towards the knee, maybe even above the knee, bellies away from the leg. Right hips coming up and back. Ujai. Kapalabati. Rolling all the way back up to standing. Feet together. And releasing down. We're going to work into balance a little bit. See if we can stand on the left leg, left hand on the left hip. We're going to try to grab that right knee. If we can grab the right big toe, then we would do that. We're going to see if we can extend the leg, but if balancing, just holding the knee is the right place, you can do that. You can extend the leg, even reaching the leg high, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Ujai. Kapalabati. See if you can take that right leg out to the side, either by putting the knee wide or putting the foot wide. Balancing, working tall, strong, much as you can. Ujai. Kapalabati. And our way back and down with control. Second side. So right hand holding the right hip, left hand holding the left knee or the big toe. And then extending that leg nice and long as much as you can, or lifting the knee nice and high. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Can you take that left leg out wide, that left knee or foot? Breathing, Ujai. Fix the gaze. And Kapalabati. Back through center and releasing down with control. So here we're going to see if we can work either a four, the right ankle over the left knee. We're working the four, we're going to be sitting down, lengthening the belly, then folding in as deep as we can. Or if you want, you can work a half lotus. And you see if you're working a half lotus when you fold, you might be getting down to the floor and seeing if you can extend the leg. And you might even be binding the hand behind the back of the body to grab that foot. So ankle over the knee or foot up into the hip. And then seeing if you can begin to sit or fold down as deep as you can. Take a little moment to get down as deep as possible. If the ankle's over the knee, folding in, sitting, trying to drop the weight into that left heel. Ujai, opening the knee wide in either variation. Kapalabati. If you can find your way back up with control. And absolutely fine to hold on to something if you need to work that balance. Second side. So foot above the ankle above the knee for the gentler variation, foot into the hip for the half lotus. Exhaling, folding the body down. So if your ankle is over the knee, see how deep you can sit the hips. In the half lotus, see how far you can fold. Pointing both knees to the floor with Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back. Releasing down with control. So feet together, we're going to see, can we work into our Utkatasana? We're seeing here, it's where we go in the V salutations. We sort of sit down deep. Could you brush the floor? Can you get the heels grounded here? And then reach those hands up nice and tall. Let's take a few moments here. So to build that fire in the thighs. Ujai. Lengthening the spine. Back into the heels. The shoulders broad. Arms long. Kapalabati. Step back into your warrior one, grounding that right foot behind, left knee forward if you can. Reaching those arms tall, Ujai, squaring those hips. Sitting deep into the front leg. Kapalabati. Hand wide, open to warrior two. See how deep you can sit into the leg. I like to slide the back leg even further back a little, looking towards that front left hand. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's see if we can find our way down. Hands to the floor, front foot back to chaturanga. Again, down at the floor. Maybe you want to be down on the knees if it's too strong. Chin just above the floor, legs extended if you can. Ujjayi. Neck long. Kapalabati. Upward dog. Downward dog. And here we'll bring that right leg forward. Warrior one on the second side. Sitting deep, squaring those hips. Ujjayi. Bending that front knee. Belly long. Shoulders broad. A good arch in the back foot, grounding the outer edge of the foot. Grounding the ball of the foot, but lifting the arch. Kapalabati. Opening wide for warrior two. Then you go a little wider with the legs, scaling to that front right hand. Sitting deep into the right leg, Ujjayi. Kapalabati. Hands to the floor, front foot back, chaturanga. Upward dog. Ujjayi and upward dog. Kapalabati and upward dog. Over the knees, over the toes to downward dog. And then feet all the way forwards towards the hand. Let's come to sitting down. Legs extending out in front of us. So here we're going to see, can we grab hold of the big toes? If you need to bend the legs a little, do. Again, index and middle finger like pow gun, wraps, goes through the thumb, and goes through the big toe and the second toe. Grab the big toe, pull with the arms, extend the legs as much as you can. One leg back of the knees will be down to the floor. Lengthen through the spine, Ujjayi. Folding down, Ujjayi, lengthening also the back of the neck, curling, folding in towards the legs, as far down the legs as you can. Breathe. Kapalabati. Let's find our way a little up with the spine. We're going a little deeper here, seeing if we can grab hold of the balls of the feet. Flex those feet, lengthen through the spine, stretching those calves and folding deeper in. Again, Ujjayi. And Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back up. See if you can bring the hands to the floor behind. Gentle variation is to see, can you bend the knees and lift the hips as tall as you can? Stronger variation is to see, can you extend those legs and lift those hips as tall as you can, trying to get the big toes towards the floor. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back down to the floor. Here we're seeing if we can bend the right knee. Bring that right foot out behind. You might want to open the back of the calf, seeing how deep you can sit. Long through the spine, reaching hands towards the ceiling. And then folding forwards towards that left leg as far as you can. Maybe you can bind and hold the foot. Maybe you can pull gently with the arms. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back. Up with the spine, swapping the legs. Right leg forwards, left leg bent out behind, maybe opening the calf. Again, lengthening through the spine. And folding the body forwards. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's find our way all the way back up. We're going to go into Ashtanga. So right leg is bent, sole of the foot down to the floor. Right hand is binding. You're welcome to bind that left foot and push against the left hand, pull against the left foot with the right hand. Or you're welcome to wrap around the shin, see if you can squeeze the leg in and grab the hands behind the back. Same side, trying to go in front of that same shin, folding forwards, Ujai. And Kapalabati. Find our way back up through the spine, twisting across that right leg. Maybe you can bring welcome to hug the knee from the inside, or maybe you can bring the knee across and get the arm over. Maybe here you're rotating and binding around the shin, hands held behind the back, or maybe you want to stand on the hand. Any of these places, push the arm against the leg against the arm, gazing over that back shoulder. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Into Ashtanga. See if you can bring that left foot either behind that right ankle. And again, we're going to see if we can fold forwards and bind. Or if you want to go the deeper variation, you're going to bring the left leg into a half lotus. And then you see if you can do the same, folding forward. See if you can let the right buttock lift from the floor and see how far you might be able to curl down, left knee, ankle, Ujai. Binding or squeezing those legs in without binding. And Kapalabati. Let's see if we can twist towards that right leg again, either twisting, one day binding around that right shin, tall spine. Maybe just hugging that right knee in towards the chest is enough. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Same on the other side. So here we're bringing the left foot down to the floor. The right leg is extending long. Reaching into that first bind, that might be wrapping around the shin, or it might be grabbing hold that right foot with the left hand, or hugging yourself forwards towards that left leg. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Twisting across that left leg. Maybe hugging the left knee with the right elbow, turning the spine, or getting the right arm over the leg. And might be underneath the foot or wrapping around the shin. Ujai. Working arm and leg against each other. Tool spine. Kapalabati. Finding your way all the way back through center. So that right leg either coming behind that left ankle to fold forwards again, or trying to bring into a half lotus to see if we can fold forwards from there. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Last Marichyasana, twisting across that leg, hugging that left knee in with the right arm, or twisting over that left leg with the right arm. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Let's let those legs release. We're going to go into our Janushirshasana for both sides, 3 variations each side before we take ourselves towards relaxation. So first one is right foot into the inner left thigh, knee wide, lengthening through the spine, folding forwards. How far down that left leg can you reach? Pulling with the hands if you can, even binding the hands beyond the leg. If you can, breathing, Ujai. That ocean-like sound. And Kapalabati, that diaphragmatic breath. Finding our way into Janushirshasana B, seeing if we can sit on top of that shin. If you can, then you're extending the left leg, trying to extend strong that left leg and fold forwards. If it's difficult to sit on that shin, work on opening that right leg. Stay up with the body as much as you need. Ujai. Deep breath. And then Kapalabati. One more variation. You're welcome to do Janu Shasana A again if it's too strong for C. A is with the toes pointing forwards. C is with the ball of the foot down to the floor. And then trying to get the heel on top of that, of the big toe. Ujai. And Kapalabati. Swapping sides. And Shasana. Long spine folding forwards, that ocean-like breath. Deep sense of relaxation in. And Kapalabati. And Shasana B, trying to sit on top of that left shin, on top of that left heel. Right leg extending. Can you get the back of the knee to go down to a more strong thigh, even lifting the heel if you can. Ujjayi. Breathing into the sides and the back. And Kapalabati. Finding our way all the way back up. And Shasana C, just to even up both sides. All of the foot down. Welcome to go back to A if it's preferable. Heel above the toes if you can. And then extending tall through the spine and forward. Only reaching to where your body reaches. Not forcing anything. And Kapalabati. So let's find our way all the way back up. And just take a little moment to release ourselves down towards the floor. Legs extending long, arms extending wide. As you drop into relaxation, as you drop into the floor, just let both styles of breathing go. Let the breath still be through the nose, but just lose the constriction through the throat. Notice the floor beneath you. Relax into the floor as deep as you can. See if you can release any tensions anywhere on the body you notice. Let the skin soften. Let the skin melt down. We'll take one quick scan through the body. And you're welcome to stay longer in relaxation as long as you need. See if you can relax the eyelids and the eye, the temples. See if you can relax and soften the sinuses, cheekbones, corners of the mouth, the lips, the gums, the tongue, and the throat, and the neck, and the shoulders. Soften the elbow and the forearm and the wrist, the palms of the hands and the fingers. Soften the rib cage and the space between the bones. Soften the diaphragm and the belly and the lower back. Relax the hips, buttocks, the front of the hips, the side of the hip. Relax the hamstring and the thigh muscle. Soften the front and the backs of the knee. Soften the calves and the shin, ankles and feet. See if you can just take a few breaths, scanning up and down the body, sweeping the body if you like with your breath and your intention. You're welcome to stay longer in relaxation, but when you're ready to come out, find a little movement in your fingers and toes, roll the head side to side. Maybe you want to stretch those hands overhead. Maybe you want to hug the knees towards the chest. Maybe you want to roll to the side to find your way up. Thank you for coming out this morning. Thank you for doing my class.